Hi, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate that you want to spend time here. And with that said, I have been thinking a lot about our ability to try, willpower. What does it get us? When can we use it for its benefits? And when is it failing us? I often have clients who tell me they feel stuck and they're trying, which is a word they use, to get unstuck, and or they're feeling, or another example, they're feeling um, badly about something, when we have those negative feelings, if we feel depressed or we're unhappy, and again, I'll hear from people that they're trying not to feel that way. Now, if you have been on my Facebook page for a while, I think years ago, and it might still be on there, I had a quote that I felt was important to me, and it was just something I came up with, and it basically was trying is everything. And I absolutely believe that in many instances, because trying something is means that we're active, means that we're not sitting back and just expecting something to happen, or we want something to happen and we have to try to make it happen, right? It's not enough just to pray for something. We have to get off of we have to take our hands, from under our butts and make something happen. So we have to try. And trying often will lead to success. But when is trying and willpower not working? And again, going back to clients who tell me that they're unhappy, and they're trying to be happy, this is when trying willpower is never, and I'm using that word never, this is just from my experience and what guidance has taught me, that it's never going to work. We can't try to get over what is actually happening to us. And I'm not talking about, a physical activity, right? I'm trying to write a book. I got to sit down and write the book, right? I'm talking about our emotional sense, our emotional hearts, where we sit with ourselves. And when we say we're trying to feel better, as an example, what we're really doing is we're not meeting ourselves where we're at. We're meeting ourselves in this place where we're at odds with ourselves. We don't feel good. And trying not to feel good is not going to work. We're always going to default back to feeling poorly. And the reason guidance has taught me is because somewhere in that space, we have to figure out, well, there are two things. One, the first step is to accept that we're feeling poorly. And many times we don't want to do that, right? We feel like if we accept that we don't feel happy, or that we're stuck, or things aren't going our way, that we'll just have more of that. And the truth is that we won't have more of that. The truth is that we are already suffering. And accepting that we're suffering is really the first step. It's not about bypassing where we're at. It's about looking and accepting where we're at and being with the truth of ourselves. The second thing, once we're in that place where we have grace with ourselves and compassion, yeah, I am suffering. I mean, it's the reality of who I am. I can't make it any different right now. And once we accept that, then the next step would be to figure out what my suffering is about. What is it offering me? What is it that I am feeling, perhaps emotionally, under the suffering that is creating this for me? It's not, according to guidance, it's not about asking why I'm suffering. We usually know. It's, I had a fight with a friend or whatever, but what am I feeling about this situation? And I think the most important question to ask is how is this reaction in me making me feel? And when I say this reaction in me, what I'm hoping that we get from that is a very deep dive into the fact that I am suffering with this feeling. And so unearthing what that feeling is can actually bring us to some kind of sense that we know ourselves and that we can accept the feeling that we're having. Feelings are not the enemy. It's pushing feelings away that gets us into trouble. And we all know this. We all know this. And again, I understand from my own experiences with feelings, especially the ones that are hard. I mean, who wants to feel pain? Who wants to feel um, discombobulated in life? Who wants to feel like things are not going their way? But we are going to feel that way. And so accepting and getting to the root of what we feel so that we can be with what we feel, in my experience, usually unearths something very deep, whether it's an old memory, whether it's grief. And that release really is what we're looking for eventually, to release that pain, to release it so that we do end up feeling unstuck. We do end up being able to be happy. That's really what it's about. All right, well, leave your comments if you have any questions or comments about this or your experiences with relieving suffering in this way. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you.